Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. My name is Stephanie and this is my channel. I'm addicted to makeup, just so you know. So today's video is going to be about makeup I cannot live without. My ride or die makeup tag, what I love, what I cannot live without. And yeah, so in case you didn't know, my skin is oily, so all of this basically applies for people with oily skin. Basically tips on you know, just oily skin, what I like for my oily skin. So yeah, so if you're interested in seeing what I can't live without, then just keep on watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel before you leave. Hit the notification bell so you can get notified whenever I upload, and do not forget to join my giveaway. Yes, giveaway is still on. I know I haven't mentioned it in my last couple of videos, but the giveaway is still on. So once I reach 700 subscribers, I will be doing a huge giveaway, and I will be inserting a clip of what's going to be in the giveaway for all of you. So if you want to see what I love and what I can't live without, then just keep on watching. Okay, so no specific order. I'm just going to start off like random things in my shoebox. I put all my makeup in my shoebox so y'all can kind of like, you know, so it could be kind of easier for me to pick out. So I'm just gonna like randomly close my eyes and grab something. Okay, so this brush is like amazing for bronzing, contouring, and even blush. I literally use this for all three things. This is a Morphe R2 brush, and this is like my ride or die bronzer brush, blush brush, and contour brush. Like I literally use this for so many things. Whenever my other blush brush is kind of dirty or something, this is what I would reach for. So yeah, next thing is my Estée Lauder Double Wear Foundation. This is like my ride or die, like literally. This is like a lifesaver if you have oily skin like I do. This stays in place for a very long time. It does not get me oily, and it's full coverage. Like what more could I want? It's freaking amazing. Give me one moment, someone's calling me. Yes, babe. I'm filming.
I don't see the little red light.
I'm currently filming.
Oh, shit.
Bye.
Bye.
Alright, so as I was saying, this is like, if you have oily skin, if you've been looking for a full coverage foundation that stays for a long time, does not make you oily, does not let oils through, this is for you. This is for you. If you're looking for a foundation for prom that will last you all night, even if you dance, you sweat, whatever, photo shoots, this is for you. Alright, so next thing I'm gonna get, I got two things. Okay, so the things I cannot really live without are my Magnificent Glows by Stila. I always catch myself reaching for these. I literally just do like a really quick eyeshadow look. I just do like whatever eyeshadow, and I literally just cut my crease with this. I don't even add concealer. I just put this over my lid, cut it, and I'm good to go. This literally is like a lifesaver. I love it. If you're into rose gold or glitter or whatever, you will love these. Now my next thing that I have here is my Nude Cream Milani lipstick. This is shade 26. It's like the perfect nude. It's so pretty. I freaking love it. Like I cannot live without this lipstick. I'm always reaching for this. This is like my fourth one already. I've been obsessed with this, and I feel like it lasts us a long time for a lipstick that doesn't claim to be a lasting long lipstick, if you know what I mean. So I really love that. Next thing I really love is my MAC Studio Fix Fluid Foundation. This is what I used to use before I got into my Double Wear foundation, and I still reach for this foundation every now and then. I catch myself reaching for it because it's not a super matte foundation, but it's not a dewy foundation either. It's just like the perfect foundation for any kind of skin type, And I really love this. This is a shade 25, NC25, and I love it. I love it. I love it. It gives my face such like a flawless filter kind of foundation look. So this is definitely a must for me. The next item I want to talk about is my Natasha Denona. This is a Holiday 01 palette. It looks like this. And I'm always reaching for this palette because I'm a sucker for cranberry eyeshadows. And this gold, I like really, really, really love this gold shade. It's so beautiful. It's so pretty. This is like my go-to eyeshadow palette whenever I want a really cranberry look or just rose gold in general because of this shade right here. And yeah, I'm always reaching for this palette, guys. Like, I know it's kind of on the pricey side, but I literally have dug into this palette and you can't even tell. Like, it has hell of freaking you know, it has so much, what's the freaking word? It has a lot of product. There we go, get the word. It has so much product in it that you can't even tell I've been using the crap out of it. Like, straight up. I really love this palette. Okay, next thing I really love is my MAC Blunt Blush. It looks like this. I use this sometimes to contour whenever I want something like kind of there but not too much. This is what I would reach for. I believe this retails for about $26, I want to say, but I've been obsessed with this since I bought it. I literally reach for it whenever I don't want something too much but something not too little either. Like, I want it to show but not too much. This is what I'll reach for. The next thing I like to use that I can't live without is my Kat Von D Light Plus Shade Contour Palette. This is like my go-to for contouring. As you can tell, I use it a lot. I feel like with the very first palette that she came out with, I would use the banana shade a lot more. I feel like now I got into more translucent powder, so I don't really use the banana shade anymore. But overall, I really love the contouring shades, especially these two, because the grayer the tone, the cooler the tone on your skin, the more it's going to make a shadow on your cheekbones to actually make you look skinnier. And the whole point of contouring is to make you look skinnier. So yeah, I definitely really love this palette, and I feel like my contour always stays in place and never moves, and it just lasts a really long time. So this is definitely one of my ride or dies. The next item I feel like I cannot live without, like, at all, is my Jouer Skinny Dip palette. Jouer, I don't know how to say it, but yeah. So this one, you could definitely tell that I've beat it up quite a bit, especially like this shade, this shade. I always reach for this palette whenever I'm doing like a really dramatic look or I'm going out to a party or something. I will always reach for this palette because they're so pigmented that you don't even have to wet your brush. You don't have to spray your brush. You don't have to wet your brush. This is like literally like, this is life. Like, seriously, I barely touched the freaking palette. Like, it's so pigmented and buttery. It's just, I love this palette. This palette is definitely a must. If you don't have it, I definitely recommend it. It's a lifesaver. If you like silvers, golds, and you want different shades of them, and you want them super buttery and pigmented and all of that, you need this. Like, you need this in your life. Definitely recommend this one. The next palette I want to talk about is, I think, everybody's ride or die palette. I think everybody can kind of agree that they're obsessed with this. This is a Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia. As you can see, I hit pan right here, and kind of whenever I move it a little bit side to side, you can kind of see that I'm starting to like see pan on this shade and Vermeer. I'm like obsessed with this palette. I always reach for it. I'm surprised I haven't hit pan on more shades, but I definitely will soon. I actually bought this shade in a single because I was obsessed with it. But yes, this is my ride or die palette. I cannot live without this palette, and I will definitely be buying another one whenever I hit pan on more shades. Okay, so the next palette that I want to talk about is my Tarte Blush Bazaar Amazonian Clay Palette. So this is just strictly straight up blushes. It does come with 2 highlighters. This was a holiday limited edition palette. It was very discounted for starters. I'm not sure if it's still available or not, but if it is, I would definitely get my hands on it because it's such a great deal. It's only $42, I believe, and you get so many blushes. I literally have a blush for every mood I'm in. If I feel like going very dramatic, I want my blush to peep through, I want it to be obvious I have blush on, I have a perfect shade for that. If I want to go a little more natural, a little more neutral, peachy kind of thing, I have a palette for that as well. This is my ride or die palette for sure. Cannot live without it. So the next palette I'm gonna talk about, I might as well just go through the palettes. The next palette that I want to talk about is my custom Z palette, but it's not really a Z palette, it's a metal palette. But I'm obsessed with this palette. This is what I take with me on all of my vacations, and I do travel a lot. If you follow me on Instagram, you would know that I travel a crap load. I'm always traveling. So this is what I take with me everywhere I go. And I do want to make a video with swatches and the shadows that I love, the ones I would recommend to you. But this is literally what I take everywhere I go. This is all I need. I have all my transition colors, my pop-up colors, my shimmer colors. I have everything I need in just this specific palette. I love this. I think it's such a great idea. If you haven't started your custom palette, I highly recommend you start it because she cute, she beautiful, and it's worth it. It does get kind of pricey, but it's so worth it. I love this so much. So much. Okay, so the next thing that I have here is actually from the drugstore. This is a foundation, the Wet n Wild Photo Focus, and this is the shade Buff Biscuit, kind of like biscuit. So the one thing I didn't like about this foundation is that it does smell like paint, but the coverage on it is so amazing that I honestly think that these are actually a dupe for this. And I am going to do a video of dupe wise to see, you know, which one lasts longer, you know, which one's worth the money, which one isn't. Is this really a dupe or not? But I definitely really love this foundation. If you haven't tried it, I highly recommend you try it because it lasts on my skin such a long time. It stays matte and it doesn't flash back. Like, what more could I want? This is definitely a must if you don't have it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so the next palette I want to talk about is, of course, no shocker to anyone, this is a Jaclyn Hill / Morphe palette. It looks like this. I love this palette. I reach for it all the time. The only thing I don't like is that it does not have a mirror, so it drives me nuts having to like go back and forth. But honestly, this is such an amazing palette, and I think it's so worth the money. It's super pigmented. It has beautiful colors. Every color goes with every color, like literally. I love this palette, and this is like my ride or die. I'm definitely gonna be buying more of these, and I'm so happy that it's no longer a limited edition. So happy about that. So the next thing I want to talk about is like my main eye brushes that I use. I'm trying to get all of them. I'm just gonna get all the brushes I really used on my eyes. Okay, so the main brushes I use are these. These are the brushes I use on a daily basis. So the first brush I use is the I don't know why I said Morphe. This is an EcoTools flat shader brush. I use this to clean up my brows. This is what I personally like to use. My favorite blending brush is the Morphe M504. This is the one y'all see in all of my videos. This is the one I'm always using in my videos, and I freaking love it. Love it, love it, love it. This is like my ride or die blending brush. And I love using, where is it? Is it that one? I know there's another one. I don't think I put it in here. Here it is. This is a Morphe M433 brush. I love using this to put it in my crease, and then I like to turn it over where it's more fluffy, and then I like to blend it out. Love it for that. So I talked about those. This is my favorite. These are my favorite flat shader brushes. This is a Morphe M204 and the Morphe M124. So I love using these for patting on shade on my lid. Love, 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 love these for that. and I love using this Morphe E17. This is one I always use in my videos as well, and I love this for patting on color in my outer corner and then taking a fluffy brush to blend it out. So these are like my favorite go-to eye brushes. So for foundation, what do I use to apply my foundation? The thing that I love using is this Real Techniques beauty sponge. I love this. It gets so big whenever you wet it, and it's just amazing. A lot of people say it soaks up a lot of product, but I honestly don't see that. They're probably like pressing it too hard into their skin, which makes the product go inside. But I actually haven't had that problem. I go in with a very light hand, and I feel like the coverage is amazing, and I honestly reach for this more than the Beauty Blender. Okay, so the next thing that I'm like obsessed with and can't live without is this Soft Ochre Paint Pot by MAC. And you can obviously tell that it has a dent in it. I'm trying to get it to focus. Focus. It definitely has a dent in there. And honestly, I cannot live without this. Like, I feel like it does make a huge difference in my eyeshadow, and I freaking love it. I'm like obsessed with it. Okay, so the next thing I love and cannot live without is my freaking setting spray. This is the Cover FX mattifying setting spray. I feel like this doesn't over dry my face, but it doesn't make me oily either. It just sets my makeup so perfectly. Like, I cannot go without setting my face with this. I literally am on like my 3rd bottle of this, and I freaking love it. Love it. Okay, so the next thing I love is this contour brush. I love using this end for the Kat Von D contour palette. This is a Kat Von D Shade and Light brush. It's always on sale. It's probably on sale right now, but I love this brush. I love just patting it under my eyes, and you know, I love using this side for putting contour right here. Love this brush, cannot live without it. Alright, so the next thing I love is for my brows. This is the Kabrow Cream Gel Brow Color with Brush. This is the shade number 4, and I love it. I love it because you can just literally go like this. You twist it off, and then it's a pomade. I love this pomade so much. If you haven't tried it, I definitely recommend it. I actually prefer this over the ABH one. I tried the ABH one for a while. I didn't like it. I think this is so much better. It is kind of more dry than the ABH one. The ABH one is a little bit more creamy, but I love this one. I cannot live without it. Okay, so the next thing, now that we're on brows, I'm going to talk about what I love using to clean up my brows. So this is a MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. This is the shade NC15. This is what I like to use to clean up my brows. It is so full coverage. It is amazing. It doesn't feel too sticky and stuff. It dries down perfectly. It's not too dewy and it's not too matte. It's just a perfect concealer for cleaning up my brows. I literally cannot live without this. This is what I use to cut my crease. This is what I use for like a lot of things. I love this concealer, and I feel like it matches any skin tone because I've used it on so many people before to clean out their brows and clean out their crease, and it does miracles. Definitely love it. Okay, so the next 2 things I'm gonna talk about is my favorite highlighting brush and my favorite highlighter. So my favorite highlighter is actually Opal. I'm sure y'all know this by now because I'm always talking about it. So, oh my god, it's broken. No, it broke. I dropped it a little bit. I don't want to like show y'all too much, but I actually broke it. I didn't even realize it was broken until now. And this is my favorite highlighting brush. This is the M310. I personally love this for applying my highlight. I think it does such an amazing job at it. And yeah, so these are my 2 ride or die items as far as highlighter. Okay, so the next thing that I cannot live without is this Cover FX mattifying primer. I have raved about this on my channel for a while. I freaking love this primer. It's so good. If you have oily skin and you're like, oh my god, I look like a hot mess, like, it's because you're probably over drying your face, which makes your face produce a lot more oils than usual. This one literally will like mattify you, but not to the point that you're super dry. It sets so perfectly under your foundation. You have no idea. You will not look like an oily mess, but you won't look too dry either. It'll just give you that perfect radiant look, like perfect look ever. I love this. Okay, so one of the very last things I'm about to end this video, because this video is gonna be hella long. So the last thing I like, well, one of the last things I really love is this Fenty Beauty contour stick. This is a shade Mocha, and I love this. It blends so good. It's so creamy. I love this. I love it. Amazing. I cannot live without this. The next thing I want to talk about is actually, I have 3 more things. Well, 4 more things. The next thing I want to talk about is my Laura Mercier translucent powder. I love this for setting my face. I literally just grab my huge puff and I just puff it all over my skin and then brush it off. Love this. This is amazing. I've gone through like 4 of these, so I had to buy the big one, so I wouldn't have to keep buying the little sample ones. Love it. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is my Light Neutral Naked Skin Urban Decay Concealer. I freaking love this concealer so much, but I'm actually thinking about trying the Tarte Shape Tape soon, so I can try, you know, different things, and I can stop using the same thing over and over again. But I really love this concealer so much. It's not sticky, good coverage, perfect. The next thing I want to talk about is my Tattoo Liner Liquid eyeliner. I love this eyeliner. I think it's so easy to do a wing with it, especially if you're a beginner and you struggle doing wing liner. I think you should actually try this, especially if you have oily lids like I do, because even my eyelids get oily, and this lasts so long on my eyes. It does not smear, it does not smudge, it stays in place. I've actually went swimming with this on and it lasted me the whole day. So I definitely recommend this if you haven't tried it, and this is definitely one of my can't live without eyeliners. Okay, so the last thing I want to talk about is lipstick that I'm always reaching for. I'm always reaching for this lipstick, always looking for it, and this is actually the Kylie Jenner Cosmetics Candy K lipstick. I think it's the perfect nude. I freaking love it. I'm actually running low on it and I need to like go buy a new one. But that's the swatch of it right here. It's so pretty. It's not too pink, it's not too dark, it's not too peachy, it's not like, it's just the perfect nude. Everybody that has tried it on has loved it, like family wise. They have fell in love with it because it's so pretty. It lasted so long. I really love this, and this is definitely my ride or die lipstick. This is a lipstick I cannot live without, and if you haven't tried Kylie Jenner's lipsticks, I definitely recommend you try them because they're so amazing. I love them. Alright guys, so that concludes this video. I hope y'all enjoyed. I hope some of this stuff kind of helped you out if you have oily skin like I do. Maybe you want to try some new things. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure you give this video a huge thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you can join the giveaway whenever I reach 700 subscribers. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and make sure to leave a comment down below of your email address in case you win the giveaway. I can have somewhere to contact you. And yeah, I'll see you on my next one. Bye.